YouTube, how the fuck we doing? It's your boy Steelers, and today we are dropping a different type of video. Today is going to be educational. Yes, you heard that right. We are doing an educational Warzone commentary over a win. Someone had brought this up in my Twitch chat that they were curious on how to get more wins, how to get better at the game, and I thought, there's all these pros that do these commentaries and all they do, what they do during things, but I'm not a pro, so I figured this would relate to a lot more people than they would. So yeah, we're going to actually pick a win that just happened recently, 2 days ago, and we actually all end up dying off of the jump, and we all go to gulag, and 3 of us lose our gulag, so there's only 1 left. So I figured this was a good video on how to win and how to regain and still drop, double-digit kills, which is for most average players, that's pretty solid. So I figured this would be a good video to have. So let's get into it. Let's get after it. Alright, so this is the game the other day. We all drop in, we go to our typical spot of hangars, so that's where you're going to see us jump into. We are... Wait, oh, I'm watching this. I do actually think I get a kill out of the air. Let's see. Yep. Alright. This guy. Poor soul. And this is also going to be a clip on TikTok, so watch out for this one. Guy quit midair as you shoot him out of the sky. Just pretty funny. Alright, so, we're all landing in. Break shield on the guy out of the air, dropping in. We already down 1. And kind of a bad jump by us, in all honesty. This guy gets... Yeah, that kid did not have a good day. Yeah, we drop in. Not a really good jump for us. We all end up dying off rip. And I think all of us got a little selfish trying to shoot people out of the air, which was kind of our downfall. But, you usually go to gulag and you can get some free kills out of it. We just so happened that 3 of us did not want the free kill. We wanted to put all the pressure on the 4th one. So, all right, so he goes and has to do a scav. This is actually the day that vehicles were taken out. So there's no cars to do. There you go. So yeah, cars were taken out. So dropping on a supply run wouldn't have been very smart. They were gonna drop in somewhere else instead. There we go. So we all get, do scav, 3 if you get res, and this is all right. So I'm gonna pause it here. All right. So this is the spot where a lot of people are like, game's kind of over. We all lost off rip. We're all went to gulag, but you can do a scav and kind of get yourself right back into it. And then and loadout's gonna come in 5 seconds. So you guys all get loadout and you're gonna start rotating, which is good. A lot of people will start giving up after, a lot of people may chalk the game. If 3 of you lose gulag and there's only 1 left, they might say, just leave, back us out. We don't want to play it out, which is, I think, dumb, because I think you can still turn around and have a pretty solid game. Move forward here. We got a free UAV, as you can see, moving towards loadout, and I noticed there's another team over the hill on the other side of the loadout. So yep, these kids are also coming. Throw a C4, say, no, I'm here. This is where you really... I could have sat there and tried to ego chow. I decided to back out. Go reposition. Best thing you can do in these kind of gunfights is reposition, so they don't... They're probably staring right down the hill where I was. I thankfully have one of my teammates come up, put some shots down. Gives me a great ping, and I go get a free kill. Bada bing, bada boom. Dad, free kill. And now this guy's got loadout gun, so I can take his kilo and his whatever he's using, and I get to use it against them, which is ideal. So this is really good regain, really good positioning, good teamwork, good pings. It's all around good fight. It's a great way to get... kind of brings the energy back into the game after all of us lose gulag and have to come back. I think this was very important for us. All right, so then it's just rotating. You already kind of turned the game around. Well, after dying off, here, I'm gonna pause this. After dying off the rip, you kind of assume the game's over. This is meant to show that the game is not over. You can still come back, have a decent game, and get the win. This is entirely what this is meant to show. Like I said, I'm not a pro, so this is a little bit easier, I feel like, for someone in my skill level to understand. I'm only like a 1.95 KD, but I feel like this is definitely a lot easier for someone to understand than watching you go watch one of these CDL pros or watch one of these Warzone tournament players try and do a video like this, and you're like, I don't think I can do half the things that they can do. But you're watching it from my perspective, and I guarantee you that you can. So you hear the people on the outside. I go to ego chow, bad push on my end. I got knock one, and then of course run into an Origin 12, because that's just how this game has gone in the last couple of days. I should say the last couple of weeks. But you know, they get team wipe and they have enough money to go res. They go grab me. I get to land back on my stuff. Regain. We know this guy's in the window behind us. Most importantly, I wanted you guys to see is the end game. I think the end game, we play some really good team game. Right here, you hear the shooting, you see the dots pop up. These are easy kills, free picks, essentially. Guy just gets res, gets right knocked right back down. Another one, bada bing, bada boom, gone.
Down one up there. Thank you. Yeah, right here. Right here. Dead. Hey, God.
Shots though.
Beans, bro.
You killed the top dog, Joe. Give that fucking guy away.
All right, so that's right here. I'm gonna sit here and pause this and talk about this rotation. All right, so this final zone or final zones are coming around. They are north of farmland, south of, or no, north of lumber, actually, north of lumber, across the way. And this is the very tree wooded area where, and a lot of high ground can be taken here. So if you go in here, try and get either on the edge up around, or in this side, there's a taller middle peak that you can get on and play high ground as well. The important thing in these final fights is going to be positioning yourself well, because that's how you're going to win. You know, all these are going to be open field fights, essentially. So if you have the high ground, you will win 90% of your fights. It's very hard to lose when you're looking down on someone and they're running through an open field. So that's going to be my biggest tip to you, is positioning at the end to get the win, and really just playing to your ability. If you notice that you're getting gunned by someone, don't try and ego chow. Don't try and, you know, hop out and hope that you get a kill. You know, try and reposition yourself so they can't see you, or you can move from their line of sight and then get the pick that way. Trying just to take them head on. If they're a better player, they're a better player, and you're gonna lose. So that's just how it's gonna happen. All right, so right here you hear people down in the ravine fighting. Turn around, look down, notice that the two that were down there are gone. Get the free pick on him. Now final fight, 4v4. This is where we're really gonna dive in. I think this is a really good final end fight to learn from. So picked right there. He's shooting from the window, throws a cluster on us immediately. I could have stood there and tried to stick the res and probably died as well, which would have screwed the team over. Or B, you run away, you lose your player for now. And I want to point something out. Instead of just laying on the ground and eating that cluster strike and dying, Summer Beers backs up, tries to get out of the way of the cluster, and actually gets out and is able to get I'm able to get a res off. When you go down, don't just sit there. I know you're pissed that you just got knocked and you're probably done. But right here, saves us because we lose another teammate and we're not going to be able to do anything with him because he's out in the open. Where Summer Beers goes down, we were able to get the res. And then last two are sitting behind the rock. Guy tries to chow, down, sitting in gas, so last one, he knocks him. There you go. So as you can see, we bring the game back, we get the win, we get the kills. We had 13 kills after that abysmal start. I mean, that thing was atrocious. But we are able to bring it back. We're able to really just bring the game around, and I know a lot of people would have chalked the game and quit out and just restarted, but I just wanted I think this was a good win to show, because it really shows that even if you get knocked out at the beginning, you can still come back, still have a decent kill game, because I know a lot of people care about kills and things of that nature, which I do too, but you can also still get the win, and I think that's more, I don't think it's more important, I do think it's important though. So I hope you enjoyed the commentary. I know it's a little bit different. It's my first one, so it's a little rough. I'm gonna get better at it, I promise. But my biggest things are always going to be, my biggest tips to people wanting to get better at the game and raise their KD is reposition. Don't rechal from the same spot twice if they're gunning you. Always be moving around. That's gonna be a huge one. Never stay in one spot. Always be moving. People expect you to be standing in the same spot. So if you're not, you're going to throw off their game plan. To raise your KD, it's going to be a lot of high kill games. I started off my KD, it was abysmal, and now you have to get, 10, 15, 20 kill games, sometimes multiple in a row to even move your KD 0.01. So you want to raise your KD, high kill games could be the way to do it. I know I'm not a pro, so I'm glad that, you kind of get to see it from a perspective that you can more relate to, especially as someone with a lower end KD for sure. I definitely think this is a educational video that you can learn from and something that you can take away from. I hope that's what you took away from it at least. Leave in the comments, feedback, things that you liked, things you disliked, other things you want to know, other videos you want me to make on certain things, other aspects of the game. Just, yeah, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun YouTube stuff. And that's all for me today. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for stopping by. Peace.